she gonna be the Black Panther? Like they kept saying.
They still have not released.
Everyone was bitching they wanted that to happen.
Well,
I don't know how it happened in the comics, but then again, he's still alive in the comics.
Yeah, and married Storm at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
and got divorced.
Would you say it was a
mutual? No.
Thunderous relationship.
Stop. It was full of swipes. No. Swipes.
Did she think he was a little too catty?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the KJ&A podcast. I'm Jay.
And I'm Kay. 10 episodes in.
Boy, I tell you what. We have gone through some shit.
Yeah.
We've gone through some shit. But you know what? We're going to do this episode like we did episode 1.
Are we?
Not exactly.
Because I thought we changed and I thought it was better this way.
Yeah. New format. Same studio and director.
That's fair.
So, episode 10, we're doing Howl's Moving Castle, everybody. I'm pretty sure we said that last time, but
I'm pretty sure we did, but Howl's Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Ghibli flick, so exactly what you'd expect.
Exactly. Okay, so, I'm just going to bypass everything and go right into this.
Uh-huh.
There is a scene where Howl shows Sophie his secret garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scenery was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And not even that scene. There's a scene before that where they parked the castle. Yes, they parked. And
they did. They parked.
Yeah, they parked it. And Sophie and Markle go to the little shore's edge and just whatever Miyazaki does, it's just visually appealing. It makes you want to find this place in real life and go there and just absorb all of that beauty.
Mostly you get that feeling from the place that Howl grew up.
Oh, yeah,
that
exactly.
Little house on the shore with the field. Yeah.
The secret garden.
Yeah, the secret garden is fucking...
It's just breathtaking.
Yes.
I cannot... If you don't watch it for the story, if you don't watch it for anything else, watch it for just scenery. It is just...
And even though the animated portions of it are different from... They stand out from the background scenery because the background is all painted, obviously.
Yeah.
It still flows together really well. I still like the moving castle itself is obviously a bunch of different painted parts.
Right.
That they just stretch and skew to make it look like it's walking, and that's fine.
Right.
But because it flows and it works well with everything else, it blends together.
Now, there is one thing. Okay. I can't say one thing. There's several things. Because this is based on a novel.
I'll see that.
Partially. It's partially based on a novel. It's Howl's Moving Castle, but it's by a woman named... hold on, let me get there. Jesus, it was right there. Diana Wynne Jones. And she's a British writer.
Oh, and they did that based on...
It's partially based. So, like, the themes change from the novel to the movie. Because at the time, Miyazaki was in arms about the U.S. invading Iraq in 2003. So it has I guess
that's why they have the war theme.
Yeah, the war theme right there is him trying to convey his dislike of that.
Okay.
So there's that. A lot of the character change. They left out some characters. Like certain things were left out because it was not a direct adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that kind of cool. For certain instances, like the character Markle, who is played by Josh Hutcherson. And if you know who Josh Hutcherson is, he played in the Hunger Games series as PETA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was really surprised that Markle, this little kid, because he was a child actor to begin with.
Okay.
Escaped to Witch Mountain.
Yeah.
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 So I love that scene where he like comes down the stairs
And he sees her.
puts on the robe,
Yeah.
and just pulls the hood over. He turns into an old man. You're like, what?
Yeah, he does that
Shit.
consistently.
Yes, yes. But I feel like I'm jumping around because I'm just like, this was such a good movie,
It was.
and it had a lot of great parts.
So, I think, so for background, who else, what other famous voice actors did we have? Because I know you said Howl was Christian Bale.
Yes, Howl was played by Christian Bale. Now, I found it a lot in the Ghibli films.
Hello, I'm Howl.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, what? Hold on. The guy who played Batman for 3 movies with that gravelly voice, yeah, of course he played Bruce Wayne too. No gravel,
Yeah.
but still, you know. I mean, we had some big names. Emily Mortimer, apparently she was in Shutter Island, Mary Poppins Returns, and Cars 2, and she played young Sophie.
Okay, yeah, because there was a voice difference between...
Yeah, so older Sophie was
Sophie.
played by Gene Simmons. Not Gene Simmons from Kiss. Yeah, exactly. She played in Spartacus in 1960, Guys and Dolls in 1955, and Blue Lagoon in 1949. So she's an old actress.
Oh, okay, well, I mean...
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, Howl, Christian friggin' Bale, American Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Witch of the Waste was Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall. Now that's a name that not a lot of people are gonna know.
Yeah, I
Which
don't.
is, you don't know who Lauren? Oh my
I mean,
god, she's
maybe-
a legendary actress.
Again, I'll probably... If you tell me what she's in...
Misery, 1990.
Okay, yes, I know that.
Blood Alley, 1955, and To Have and Have Not in 1944. Calcifer was played by Billy Crystal.
You know what's funny? One of the only complaints I have about this show...
Oh,
Is that-
was Billy Crystal?
because his voice did not sound like it meshed with the character.
Now, I will give you that. I feel like they brought him in because he was such a big name.
Yeah.
Because he has that ability to really give off those comedic lines.
Yeah.
That Calcifer has. But yeah, when you actually see his demonic form, when he actually goes all out,
Yeah.
not so much.
I mean, but even then,
Not
it just feels
intimidating.
like... Not even that he's intimidating, but just his... I felt like... Now, granted, he was supposed to be diminutive. Like, his
Yeah, he's not-
character
he's not
was
his
supposed to
full
be-
power.
Yeah. But it felt like every time he opened his mouth that the voice did not match the body, like the art that they had for him.
Kind of wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, because Calcifer was a fire demon, but granted, because of that, of the way they drew him, it was he was part of one of the funniest parts I found in this movie. When and, I'll just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, go
because when Sophie puts him in the cup so she can clean out the ash, and he's like hanging on
hanging on to
and
that
he's
piece of charred
Sophie,
wood.
Sophie, I'm gonna fall. Sophie, I'm gonna fall. Help me, Sophie. And Hal's like, stop torturing Calcifer, please.
No.
And he's like, Sophie, I'm gonna fall. Sophie. And it's just this little like stumpy fire demon like hanging on to a.
The little creatures from Rayman.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, they did. That's true. But it was just that was the funniest because I mean, like, there wasn't a whole lot of hilarious parts. It was more like when they do something cute and
Yeah.
slightly humorous. You're like, oh, that was adorable.
Yeah, for the most part, because it stayed fairly serious
Yeah.
for the most part.
It wasn't a super complex story. It was one of those nice stories that went from beginning to end. It, moved up in the middle, in intensity, and then went down to the end. All the questions were answered.
Yeah.
Like, there was no dangling participles. There was nothing leaving you wondering, like, why the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, no. So we talked about Billy Crystal, but I don't know if younger generations know much about Billy Crystal. I mean, if your parents didn't introduce you to The Princess Bride, they weren't parents They screwed you over.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So all you folks,
let us be your step parents.
Yeah.
Go watch the Princess Bride.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Do it right now.
Stop listening. We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Go ahead.
We'll be here. You go watch that, and then you come back.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Did you watch it?
Yeah, because if you haven't watched it, then you need to do it now. But and if you don't know The Princess Bride, he was also in Monsters Inc. or it's all the Monsters movies for Disney.
Yeah.
As Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Yep. Also, for the older generation who like us.
Yeah, they would know.
City Slickers.
Yeah.
Great
They
movie.
would know.
Freaking love that.
Crystal.
Love that fucking movie.
Billy Crystal, he's not so much now, but he was a household name.
Oh yeah,
for a long
big,
time.
big.
He made his
huge
money and he was
comment.
like, I'm done.
Why not?
That's what,
Why
hell
not?
yeah.
I
You
would.
go right ahead, buddy.
Josh Hutcherson, as like I said, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6.
Who was he in Big Hero 6?
I don't know.
Don't bring that shit up and then not tell
He was
me.
in the Polar Express. He was the main character.
How dare you bring that up and then not tell me who he is?
Do you really want to know?
Big Hero 6 was a good movie.
I know it was a good movie. I saw it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. I was really sad.
I love that they took a Marvel property and made it a Disney-styled movie without adding it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was at the time when they didn't have a whole shitload of sides like all coming in. It felt like they were progressing with one story and they weren't doing like the Disney Plus series add-ons and
Which some
blah,
aren't
blah,
great.
blah. Oh, you can't win them all.
No, I mean I like that they are trying to put all these characters out there. I really want them to do a Moon Knight season 2. Disney, if you're listening, Moon Knight season 2, green light.
Yeah, there's one Disney exec who's like, "Oh shit, Jay just said he needs to Moonlight."
I know. I have
Get to the studio.
I have no clout, but please, it was so good. It deserves a season 2. Please.
Blaze.
But I feel like if they were to try to take that and somehow divvy it in as a offshoot universe of the main Marvel Cinematic Universe, I could be down with it. I could be down with it.
Okay, last thing I'm going to say about Marvel, because we're talking about House Movie Cast.
I know.
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
The happiest I ever was about a crossover that they did was when Matt Murdock was in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
That made me the happiest. I was like, oh my god, thank you, Gene.
It was the best thing ever.
He was only in it for like 30 seconds and I was still
It
like,
doesn't matter.
this is the best thing.
How dare you not tell me exactly where he was in Big Hero 6? It just says he was in it.
All right, well,
Whatever. He was in it.
thanks, Google. Useless piece of shit.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding, Google. Don't hurt me.
They'll find you. You're on there all the time. They know.
Oh, no.
So, Madam Solomon was played by Blythe Danner. Blythe?
Blythe?
Blythe
Danner.
Not Blythe. Not Blythe. Leave me alone.
I can't help it.
The why got in my way. Apparently she was in the Meet the Parents trilogy. So, Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and Little Fockers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never watched
The movie Paul with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. She was in that.
Okay.
She was also in The Prince of Tides.
The Prince of Tides.
So I didn't know that Sophie's sister, Letty, was played by Jenna Malone, who also was in a couple of the Hunger Game films. She was one of the older tributes than Katniss and Peeta.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what district she was from, but she was also in Sucker Punch and Pride and Prejudice.
Oh.
Yeah. Honey. Who was Honey?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. The character, Honey, but Marie Devon, who is a voice actress on Batman the Animated Series.
Classic.
Gurren Lagann.
Seen that actually. So
And an older one, Tekkaman Blade, who nobody talks about anymore, and I've said this on TikTok. Why is no one talking about Tekkaman Blade?
I don't know. Is it a series?
Okay, so
Here we go.
I know.
Put on your speech vest.
Gotta jump off. But here in the Virginia area, we had a channel called 65. And yeah. And you would get random programming like Samurai Pizza Cats, Ronin Warriors.
Ronin
and guess
Warriors
what?
is great.
Tekkaman Blade. And that was a Sunday morning cartoon. Guess what? Watched that shit. Loved that shit. They didn't finish it. Guess what? Bought it. Watched it all. Fucking loved it. Loved it all. Tekkaman Blade.
Ronin Warriors was great.
Ronin Warriors was the fucking shit.
It was the shit.
They need to bring that shit back.
And their action figures were really fun too.
Bro.
Yes, I love.
I had almost every single one.
Too.
I was missing Anubis, Sekhmet, and Talpa. Those are the only ones I was missing for the whole set. I had everyone else.
It was so good. And yeah, I took them out of the box. You know why? Because I want to play with them.
Hell yeah. That's the whole point. You take the armor off. You do all the poses and stuff.
Yup. And then you put the armor back on.
Bam.
And then you switch the armor like for try and trade the armor for the other people.
You wish you could actually throw little streamers so you could get the effects just right.
Yup.
Nowadays you can do that shit with fucking apps.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Man, you just took the whole childhood away and just made it
disheartening my entire childhood.
garbage.
So, God. So is that all the
Turnip Head.
right?
Turnip Head was Crispin Freeman. He was the actual Prince Justin.
Prince Justin at the
They didn't actually fucking say the name of the prince the whole goddamn movie, but Prince Justin. It was
all
just
of a sudden
the
they
prince.
bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, by the way, I'm the reason there's a war. You're like, wait, what?
So we talked about Crispin Freeman before because of our Promare episode.
Yeah.
Which he was also in Hellsing as Alucard.
Okay, Alucard's sweet.
Yeah, he's fucking badass.
Yeah.
And he's also been in Demon Slayer. I cannot remember what character he played in Demon Slayer, but he was in Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoy that one.
It's one of the tops right now.
Yeah.
It's a top anime. Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and One Piece is actually really going strong. I'm still not.
Why?
I don't know why. I wish I knew. King Ingri, who apparently was the king that we saw in the film.
That Howl was posing.
Yes, posing as. Played by Mark Silverman from Nuska, and Tales from Earthsea, and Robots with Robin Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. Last character, Heen the freaking dog. Yeah, exactly. Him wheezing all those sound effects were done by D. Bradley Baker, who was uncredited for that.
All he did was go
from his butt and from his mouth.
Yeah, that was it.
The funny part about that character is, just like Sophie, I was under the instinct that was Howl in disguise.
Yeah.
Why? Chicken legs. Yeah. What dog has chicken legs?
Yeah.
And yeah, we know at this point he. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, the hair on top of his head. No, because that's a whole thing.
Okay.
The whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yes, D. Bradley Baker was also apparently he was in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He was in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and Space Jam, the original Space Jam. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's
You
a
just
lot.
got some credits.
Once again, if Disney somehow gets its hands on things,
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah,
Hail Disney.
yeah, so they're gonna make a great cast of character or of voice actors to do what they want them to do. So, bam.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Disney has power, just like VCU has power here to consume all of Richmond.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't even know why they call it Richmond anymore.
It's just VCU.
It's just VCU.
Yeah. It's just VCU.
Yeah.
Every hospital will eventually be owned by MCV.
Yeah, brought to you by VCU.
Yeah. Money, please.
Thank you, Rams.
Fuck the Rams. Blasphemy?
You
Little
better
bit.
watch out. Don't say that super loud outside. someone will come attack you.
Now, if I'm talking about an actual pro football team, yes.
Okay.
This basketball team, meh.
Meh.
Had a better coach. He ain't doing nothing great. They're not doing so great.
Nah, sports ball.
Yay, sports ball.
Score a field goal.
All right, so we've
All right.
gone through the cast. We've gone
So
through a
that's
couple
the
of great
cast.
scenes, but
The basic story of Howl's Moving Castle is this girl thinks she's boring, that she doesn't have anything going on for her, and she leaves to go see her mother one day.
sister,
Was it her sister?
Letty.
Okay, yeah, it was to go see her sister.
Yeah.
And as she's walking, she gets caught by some guards.
Yeah.
Who were just trying to hit on her and be disgusting dudes.
Let's accost her.
Yeah, they basically try to accost her, and then Howl kind of saves her, and by saving her, he makes the creatures that are chasing him chase after her as well.
Yeah, these slime creatures are freaking weird. Like, you
Yeah.
got some who are dressed, like, all astute with masks and stuff, and then you got these guys who just have, like, cornball hats.
They're just black amorphous blobs with coats.
Yeah.
But
If
they...
you've ever seen Monster Rancher,
yeah.
yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Monster Rancher, also old,
Yeah.
but good. And the video game was awesome, too.
Eh,
Really?
yeah.
The video game was fun.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. I remember going through every single CD I owned.
Hell yeah. CD-ROM, DVD, whatever you could put in that thing to actually make it go.
Did not matter. I was going to figure out what monster came from it.
Hell yeah. PS1,
then-
sorry kids.
It's the... Sorry. It was the Witch of the Wastes who was controlling the blob creatures, and she ends up casting a curse on Sophie that basically turns her old. And that's the gist of the story. She's trying to get rid of the curse.
Now, as far as my notations on it that I found throughout my search, Miyazaki, like I said, wanted to change the tones and themes for what was going on at the time.
Yeah.
So, the invasion of Iraq in 2003 said he wanted to convey the message that life is worth living, and he doesn't think that has changed. And that was a quote from 2013. I think he's right.
Yeah.
You know, because when Sophie meets her sister even encourages her, do something for yourself. Apparently the hat shop was her dad's.
Yeah, and she was just keeping it going because
right.
it was his.
So that whole go out and live your life theme. But she was not able to live her life until she was cursed and got old. So she tells her mom, I'm sick, I can't see you, and then she just disappears.
Yeah.
To find a way to get out of this curse. But at the same time, she's like, wow, I finally fit my clothing style.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I fit my clothing style by being a really old lady.
Yeah, that's another theme of the movie is old age, or age in general. Yeah, as a kid, you feel stifled because you have to have this schedule. You have to keep doing what people tell you to do. But at an older age, you're free to do as you please. I still feel that's a lie. You can do what you want with restrictions. Guess what? You gotta pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
Bills.
Mm-hmm.
More bills.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to go to work so you can pay those bills.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you heard about that thing called taxes?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pay your taxes too.
That's a bill.
Yeah.
That's a bill. You got bill tax.
So, I gotta love movies for fantasy because apparently they ain't gotta pay shit for shit. Except for, you know, the items that you want to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, property tax? You don't have that? Well, that must be nice. Derek.
So, but there also is like, that was Sophie's story. There was also stories for each. Mostly it was her and Howl.
Yeah.
Because Howl's story was They said that like there was a rumor going around the town that he had like stolen a girl's heart.
Yeah, from a girl down. Now, here's something. Now they mentioned the name Martha in the hat shop.
Uh-huh.
In the actual novel, Martha was Sophie's second sister.
Oh. Okay.
Now, so they did not.
They didn't really bring that up ever.
No, they didn't. No, because that was not a theme in the movie, and that was not something that
Yeah.
Miyazaki brought into it. Now, like I said, so Martha was her second sister. Markle, the little kid in the book, was actually an adolescent, and he pursued Martha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So Miyazaki did change things. Now, they say that Jones actually talked to representatives of Studio Ghibli but had no input into the actual production. And even later on, Miyazaki went to visit Jones and actually gave her a private screening of the finished film.
Mm-hmm.
And let me find the quote real quick.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm one of those people who like to read the book before I watch the movie.
Right.
And if it's not exactly to the book, I get angry, which has never happened ever when it was perfect. But I'm glad I didn't read the book.
No. Because it was actually in 2004, and he visited her in England. And she said, "It's fantastic. No, I have no input. I write books, not films. Yes, it will be different from the book. In fact, it's likely to be very different. But that's as it should be. It will still be a fantastic film."
Well,
And
good.
it was.
It was. It was a good
Exactly.
film. Like I said, I love Billy Crystal, but I think that his voice on Calcifer really was the only thing that I was kind of like,
Who would you think would be better if you were just going by the, I guess, the way they drew the character and the various scenes of him going from the small flame to the huge demon flame.
the huge demon holding up the.
Yeah. Because you want somebody who wants to be like kind of comedic when they're small,
Yeah.
but kind of like serious and overbearing when they're in their full form.
Maybe it's just because of the way that he was at it. I don't know if there could be a good one, really. I mean, because maybe it's just like the way that they animated his character in comparison to how he spoke. Something felt off about it to me. Only with him, though. Like the rest of them, I mean, there's obvious points. You're watching anime.
Right.
So, obviously, their initial language is not English. So, when they move their mouths, it's not going to sync up.
Not
and that's
always.
not a huge deal to me.
Right.
But it felt like with that, something was just... Maybe I'm just being picky like I always am.
I mean, for me, thinking now, after watching certain things, John DiMaggio, the voice of Bender.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think
I could see that.
because I would see him doing like his Jake the dog voice for when he's small,
Yeah.
and then getting like deeper and doing his kind of Bender or like his Joker voice from the Red Hood movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of, but not too
Kind of but not
yeah. To is human. To
But Howl making his with no heart and being emo as shit.
I mean, when you first see him, he doesn't seem that emo.
No, he seems like happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, because he's got blonde hair and he's all
super handsome, and look at me, I have my coat on, but I'm not putting my arms through the sleeves.
Bro.
Oh no,
bro. Yep. All right, extend your leg.
Extend your leg.
And you're a natural.
Wow.
Like, bruh, stop hitting on this chick after stopping other guys from hitting on this chick.
Yeah. Hey, you don't hit on her.
I'm sorry for
Dibs.
the use of the word chick. It just comes out.
Dames.
No.
Broads.
No. No.
The dames.
The ladies. Stop hitting on that girl / lady the way you was hitting on that girl slash Letty.
It's not very nice.
Not at all. Put it away. Put it away.
Put away.
No charm, sir. No charm.
So, what were some of your favorite parts of the movie, though?
The house itself, because it's very Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Chicken legs, mix match.
Yeah, it had like a house, had like some laundry drying on the back.
And it seemed like it was alive by itself, but we all know it was Calcifer moving it.
Yeah.
But, wow.
But that's what I was saying. I thought it was really pretty and really well animated. And like I said, it was just a bunch of different painting parts mixed together. And then you just kind of like Macromedia Flash, stretch and skew it. You know?
The use of the, I guess, the sigil that he drew on the ground to take the, I guess, basically take the inside of the castle and turn it into the inside of the friggin' Hatter shop.
Yeah.
And I guess make a new door or a new spot on the door.
Yeah, a new spot on the door.
Yeah.
Front door.
Kingsbury, Port Haven. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So that's the red and the blue. What's the green? What's the black?
The black one. He was like, "Oh, only Master Howl knows."
And when you
and
see
the one time you see it,
Yeah.
it's like burning flames, and he's just like, "All right, see you later."
that's the first time. Hey, exactly. That's what you see. But when Sophie goes into it later, it's Howl's past.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that line up?
I think that's their whatever excuse.
Is it whatever is needed? So Howl was looking for battle, so Howl went to battle.
Yeah.
Sophie needed a way to save Howl, so she ended up in his past to save him.
Yeah.
Is that what the black is? Let us know if we don't know.
What do you have? Do you have any ideas? Because I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be. We're weeks ahead of time. So they're like,
Yeah, 10 weeks later, we're like, oh, someone commented.
You're so terrible. But you know what? We wanted to be prepared. And I think that's what we need to do with our TikTok. We need to make people knowledgeable that we're trying to do shit and be awesome.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, besides us just putting out whoever putting out,
You do it.
we're doing stuff.
You do it most of the time. I don't do too much. I work a lot.
That's fair enough.
So, anyways.
Yeah. Besides those two, like I said, the visuals of this movie are just beautiful. I mean, they're just as good, if not better, than
Mononoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally was going to be like, what can I put? And I forgot I didn't do actual notations for Mononoke on my computer, so I could. So all my notes were in a notepad, not here before. Because episode 1, I was not prepared. I did not understand the assignment. Guess what? I understand the assignment now.
But, I mean, some of the parts that stood out for me, I think, was mostly watching the castle just move.
Right.
And I enjoyed seeing, like, one of my favorite parts as well was with Hal when he got depressed.
Oh,
and he
God.
laid down
See?
in the
Exactly.
goo everywhere.
Okay. That's the exact part. So, Sophie goes on a freaking rampage cleaning the house because she's gone under the cover as the cleaning lady for the house.
Just like, oh, there's a cleaning lady here now? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal?
Calcifer hired me. That's her excuse. So, she literally cleans the house because it looks like shit.
Yes.
I mean, straight garbage. I'm like, how do you have food just sitting on the counter? No, this does not work. No.
It's two guys, so...
I don't... Technically 3?
And count Calcifer.
I mean, if you want to count Calcifer as flame. Anyway, but yeah, dishes everywhere, cobwebs everywhere, shit on the floor. Good God. So, she goes on a rampage. She cleans top to bottom. And I'm talking heavy cleaning. I mean, she even cleaned out the friggin' chimney where Calcifer is living.
Yeah.
She, like, takes out all the friggin' ash. And the scene...
Me.
Yeah, exactly. That scene right there.
Sophie. He's, like, hanging on to it.
So... Then Hal has to like put him back into the fire spot, put some wood on him, and give him a little help to get him ignited properly. And he's back up to good speed. All right. He tells her before he leaves the house, don't go overboard. What does she do?
She cleans the bathroom.
She cleans the bathroom, not knowing what's in all these bottles. It's not shampoo. It's not just soap. It's potions.
And the tub itself was a potion, apparently. But that shit was nasty.
Little grody.
That shit was gross. It looked like they went to try and take a bath, but they went with all their paint supplies.
Oh, like a 3-year-old.
Yeah, like a 3-year-old. And then afterwards, the parents were like, all right, I'm too tired. I'm not cleaning this shit up.
Correct.
4 months.
Yep. Every other parent, you know that pain.
Yeah.
You know that pain. Markers, crayons, paints.
It's painful.
Yep. But that's parenthood for you.
Hooray!
Yay!
To make another generation of people who's going to hate their children buying paints, markers, and crayons.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So, yeah, he comes screaming, running down the house, freaking stairs. So he was a blonde when the movie started. And then all of a sudden, it was orange. So I guess I would technically make him a redhead.
Yeah. He was a ginger for 5 minutes.
But that would also mean he lost his soul, which in some cases means losing his heart. Ooh. I wonder if that was a prelude to what would happen to him.
But it only lasted
for
a couple seconds.
Yeah, exactly. It turned purple midway, and then it turned black, and he'd getting all depressed, and then all of a sudden he was subconsciously calling these dark spirits into the house, so it started getting all gloomy and dark and gross, and these things were coming out of the woodwork, and then all of a sudden his hair goes from red to purple, and then purple to black, and then as it goes to black, this motherfucker just starts turning all slimy.
Yeah.
And
he turns into like a slug.
Now Mark was like, yeah, I've seen this happen before.
Like,
after a girl broke up with him.
Like, really?
What?
Really?
This is the thing?
This is just what he does?
He calls evil spirits and he turns to slime?
Every time a girl breaks up with him?
This is not normal.
Yeah.
Grabbing a case of beer and then drunk calling people. That's normal. That's normal. But no.
Sophie, I love you.
Yeah. We've all been there. It's not pretty.
No, it's not pretty.
It's not pretty at all. But you know what? We make up for it.
Do we?
Some.
Do we?
Maybe.
Do we?
I don't know. I'd like to think we do.
Okay, sure. Let's just say yes. Ding!
Send a letter and just hope it doesn't get returned. I am so sorry for calling you at 3 a.m. when I knew you had a shift.
It just makes me think of that voicemail with the Snoop Dogg song.
Oh, no.
I love you, and I miss you.
There'll be pitter-patter afoot.
I love you, and I miss you.
See, I would hear, I hear and then I'm like, like, is that where we're going with this? Stop crying into your goddamn hands, bitch! Get your shit together. Good grief.
But he one of the things that Hal brings up a lot in the story is that the sorceress under the king is bringing all of the magicians and stuff under her wing to like get them to involved in the war, and he's like, no.
Yeah, Madam Solomon. Apparently, in the past, he was her apprentice.
Yeah,
and then
he had his heart
got stolen.
So then he was just like, he never returned, and he didn't finish his apprenticeship.
You know what they didn't explain, actually, now that I think about it?
Hmm.
So, Calcifer had his heart.
Yeah.
Why?
Now, in the past, that's where that little past
Eating
scene,
the comet.
Yeah, the comet apparently was Calcifer. And apparently when he was whispering to it. He was whispering to him.
Yeah.
He took in the fire, lost his heart. I'm wondering, was that the beginning of their pact? Was that?
Maybe. I don't know. That was unanswered, but it wasn't really something that you're like, oh, I need this answered in order for the world to
I
be
mean,
right.
no, not in the grand scheme of things, because at the end, everything ties itself up.
Right.
Everything ties.
It turns into a neat little bow and
Yeah.
picking in classic Ghibli style.
Happy little family.
Yeah.
Flying around.
Picking.
Apparently now flying
Yes.
in the moving castle.
Flying movie castle, and her hair is gray now. But he's like, it's like shimmering stars.
Now, did you notice that this curse that the Witch of the Waste put on her was not constant?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it was when I was trying to place when it was that she was becoming younger, because she'd randomly become younger and randomly go back to being. It seemed
At
to be
first,
when
at first it seemed like when she was sleeping was
Yes.
primarily when she was becoming.
But her
younger.
hair also changed back to black when she was sleeping too.
Right, and then eventually
It was like when she felt love.
yeah, when she felt the right amount of love, she wasn't as old.
Yeah.
Like you would see like an inconsistency. She wasn't hunched over. She wasn't as wrinkly, or she would straight be
Young
normal.
as shit with gray hair.
Right.
That was it. And yeah. She kept going back and forth with the.
So when it comes to magic,
It's a perfect excuse.
it's such a road of possibility.
Yeah.
So not to know the rules of this curse, but outside of you're old and you can't talk about the curse. That's the only two things that the Witch of the Waste said. Like, you can't talk about the curse.
You say possibility, I say excuse.
You say excuse, but you have to think these aren't just stories from now. They're like stories from like Middle Ages
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah,
spells
yeah.
and
I'm
stuff
just
like
fucking-
that. So
I'm
it's
just fucking.
you can't no, because there are several communities out there, be they Wiccan or
Oh yeah, they believe in that, and that's fine.
or whatnot, and I say whatnot only because I do not know all the magical communities that are out there. I know there are Therians. Hey, what up? But
There's a lot, and more power to them.
yeah, there's this people who believe in sanguinism, which are more towards people who like vampirism and stuff like that. Spells are spells.
Yeah.
They range in all kinds of ways, be it blood magic, moon magic, earth magic, everything. Everything is magical. Shamans, Native American shamans,
Yeah.
they still believe in it. You know what? More power to them.
Go right ahead, buddy.
I believe in it.
Make you happy.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Doesn't hurt anybody. Perfect. Anybody has a problem with that? Shut your mouth.
That's right. Shut your gob.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your fucking gob.
Shut your mouth. Have a puppers.
I want to know where I can get one.
I want a puppers.
All right.
What? Let's see. What was your favorite part? What was the worst part?
My overall favorite?
Uh-huh.
My overall favorite? You know what? The small dream sequence that she has. So she wakes up and I guess as she sleeps, Howl walks into the house, but you just see the bloody
The
footsteps.
wet footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in a bird form, but he's partially invisible too, because it's the same spell he used to make her invisible to escape.
Yeah.
So he walks to the house, feathers are falling off him. He's still hunched over, all feathery and shit. Goes up the stairs, and that's when she wakes up, and she's like, "How must be back?" And she sees the footsteps, but then she sees a feather. She picks up the feather, and it disintegrates.
Yeah.
So throws on clothes. It's time to go see what's going on. Slowly goes up the stairs, comes up, and goes into his room. But he's not there, and his room is not his room. it's a friggin' tunnel now. So I'm like, ooh, that's creepy as shit. Did the room change to fit his unruliness?
To fit his monster form. 'Cause
Yeah,
he did
right?
say that the wizards who were turning into monsters would eventually forget themselves.
Right, and they wouldn't be able to turn back.
Yeah.
So she goes through the tunnel, and the room was ornate. I guess ornate with a whole bunch of shiny things.
Oh yeah, it was like.
So
pots
you're like,
and-
okay, so it kind of gives emphasis onto his bird side.
right.
So now all these things are like encased in the walls of this tunnel.
Yeah.
Splits off, and she's like, she can hear him doing that heavy breathing.
Yeah. Because he's a creepy ass one-legged bird now.
Well, I mean, you can tell he had one leg at this point, but she goes down the right tunnel and she finds him, and yeah, he's like a big ball of friggin' feathers now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, what's wrong? I can help you. It's too late. You can't even break your own spell. At this point, his face looks even more monstrous, almost like a saber-toothed creature.
Yeah, because he had teeth instead of like a beak.
Right.
It was like a werewolf head with a
Like bird's body.
Bird's body. Yeah.
So then he just takes off, but then she wakes up, and it's just a dream. But it feels almost prophetic of what could possibly come. I think that was a really great sequence to me.
Still, yeah, I don't care about the really nice sequences and stuff. I enjoyed just seeing the from his secret garden because it was
again
gorgeous.
Again, the like I said, the landscapes. Whenever I feel like Miyazaki directs something, you are going to get some of the greatest landscaping animation you will see. It is just phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. But my favorite scene was still him hanging on the cup. Sophie, help. And she's just like not even paying attention, sweeping the ashes into the bucket.
Yeah, she's having a good old time. She is having a good old
time. And he's like
time.
in a cup holding on to some charred wood, like, Sophie, help. Sophie, I'm going to fall. Sophie, I'm going to fall. I can't hold on much longer. Bloop. And then it breaks.
Don't even hear her it's just like
And he's like, Sophie, stop messing with Calcifer.
right? Like, bro. Of course, then you hear him say, if I die, he dies too, right? What? What do you mean?
Yeah. Prophetic.
Yeah. Again, certain things just set themes or set tones and segue later on.
Yeah. But I would say, overall, well, before I say that, was there something that you didn't like about it?
You know what? I didn't like how they talked about Solomon, but she really barely played a huge part in everything. Like, she was there for that one scene with Sophie and the Witch of the Waste.
Mm-hmm.
And then she showed back up later towards the end. Like,
yeah, she
one
was
more
like,
time.
oh.
I
talking to a dog or
feel like if she was a huge hand in causing this war, that she should have played more of a predominant focus.
It would have been nice to have seen her not only play a more predominant focus, but get her comeuppance for starting the war.
Yeah.
Because at the end she was just like, all right, let's stop it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's it. Like, your focus
Like,
was
really?
to get Howl. Like, you really wanted to get Howl.
Yeah, so she, killed thousands of people
to get one
Howl.
guy.
Yeah.
And didn't do it.
Yeah, and didn't even get it.
And now you're going to stop the war. Because
He has his heart.
found love.
She's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So, like that kind of bothered me.
I'd have to agree. That would be where my downfall. But overall, as far as ratings are concerned with this baby,
Easily.
it's got to be like a 9 out of 10 calcifers.
Oh, you want to go with calcifers? 9 out of 10 calcifers? 9.5 heens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 9.5
Yeah.
heens.
The only reason I'm not giving it 9.5 because I gave Mononoke 9.5. is because it felt like just a. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
With what I'm about to say, but
Okay.
it felt like when you have a kid's story and you're just trying to get when you're watching like a kid's movie and you're trying to get from the beginning to the end, and they're telling a story and they're like, we have to walk from this side of the forest to the end, and the whole movie is them walking to the other end of the forest, and they get to the end of the forest, you're like, done, and that's it. Like, it felt like that the movie didn't really have any like twists and turns. It was, we knew what was gonna happen. Like in Mononoke, it felt like there was action, a lot of action as well.
Well,
which really drew you into it.
Now, see, that's the thing. They wanted to create this theme of magic feeling mundane throughout the entire film.
Yeah.
That was their kind of like, we're not doing a huge action flick. We're doing something that is tonally.
There's nothing wrong with it. I enjoyed it.
Totally
a lot.
normal, because it's very much everyday life. It's almost a slice of life if you want to try to put it into that.
Yeah.
But it's, it's got that fantasy element that really, I think, elevates it. And once again, this is based off a novel, loosely.
Yeah.
So you have to take some of those themes, but also your director's themes, so that they can properly collide. And I still feel this is one of those instances where it's really a good pet project.
It was good. I really enjoyed it, and I suggest everyone to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed
Again,
it.
Ghibli.
Look at him. With all his pretty images. And
You know
all
what?
that shit.
And because you said that, because of them walking through the forest, I was like, oh, you mean like Frodo's story? To throw the fucking ring into fucking Mount Mordor? Yeah,
Part one.
yeah. Mount Doom. Yeah. Walking. It's a lot of fucking walking!
All right, Clerks.
Good God!
Speaking of which, did you hear they're coming up with a third one?
Yes.
Crazy.
Randall has a heart attack. Wants to make a movie. I like it.
All right. Thanks, Kevin Smith.
Woo!
Anyways. So, any final thoughts? How's the movie cast?
As far as final thoughts, great visuals, as always.
Yeah.
I mean, I will fucking praise the visuals all day long.
That's Ghibli-san.
Yes, sir. Watch it. You can catch it right now on HBO Max. You can catch it on Vudu. You can catch it on YouTube. You can catch it on Google Play Movies.
Yeah.
Hit it up.
It's good.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Bye, y'all.
See you next time. Thanks for listening to the KJNA podcast. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and on Twitter at KJNA Podcast. You can also reach us directly at our email address, kjnapodcast@gmail.com. And we also have a Patreon where you can find bonus content and opportunities to get in contact with us even more directly than by our email. You guys have a good one, have a good night, and enjoy yourselves. Goodbye.